Look, I think we're on. I think we're ready now. I think we're on a bit late, but we had a bit of technical issues here. Look, we're outside your party founding conference, 1 hour before it all starts, roughly. And I've got quite a lot of people here to speak about what they expect to happen, what they're looking for from this conference, how excited they are. And I'll go through them, find out where they're from and what they're thinking. So do you want to tell us where you're from?
Yep, my name's Robin and I'm from Lowestoft.
And are you really excited about what's going to happen today?
I'm both excited and also somewhat fearful. Decisions have been taken prior to the conference which are going to affect a lot of people who turn up here wanting to make those decisions that have already been taken. So for example, people are already being expelled. For example, we have a choice of 4 names, none of which has a political quality to it, and I would have much preferred that we had 10 names and that we could vote for them by single transferable vote. And so I think there's an opportunity here for a transformation of our country, and I really want us to grip it and to do it in the most thoroughly democratic way we can achieve it. Thank you.
Right, so you're a bit worried about what's happened already and you just hope it picks up from that. Yeah. Mark from Sheffield.
From Sheffield.
I know you already. Right, so how are you feeling at the moment?
I'm feeling quite positive. I think it's, basically we're potentially on the cusp of changing politics in this country and moving the Overton window back to the left a bit, because we've got the names that can do that. I think it's going to be chaos. It's certainly going to be imperfect, and I'll take on board everything you're saying, Robin, but it's an opportunity, it's a chance, it's one that we can't afford to miss. We really need to make the most of this.
Are you quite enjoying the drama that might be happening later on? Are you looking forward to the chaos?
I'm not sure I'm looking forward to it. I'm sort of expecting it. It's a little bit exciting in the way that, something quite dangerous can be a little bit exciting whilst also a little bit terrifying.
Right, okay, so it sounds like watching a football match and you know your teams might lose.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Hi, do you want to say where you're from?
Yep, hi, I'm Penny from Devon.
Right.
I'm everything that everybody's already said, really. I'm very, very hopeful, but I feel like I'm going on a bungee jump right now.
Right, okay, bungee jump, right, okay. So have you done a bungee jump before?
No, I'm not looking forward to this one.
So this is a pretty terrifying thing. Okay, right. Well, we'll find out later on what happened and see how it was for you.
I survived.
Yeah. And where are you from? What's your name?
I'm Susanna. I'm also from Devon, from Totnes. And I'm really looking forward to this conference because I feel I've been politically homeless since Jeremy Corbyn was removed from power, removed from the leadership of the Labour Party, I should say. What I'm hoping is that we find the things that we agree on, not the things we disagree on, because it's been well publicised. There's lots of different groups and they all have different ideas, but we've got more in common than we've got differences, and that's what we need to find. We need to find the common ground. All the people who've come here have come here because they want a party on the left. They want a viable opposition to what's going on in politics now. So we've got more in common than we've got differences, and that's what I want to find. So,
do you think people have been trying to emphasise the differences a bit too much before this?
Yeah.
And it's not really helped?
No. It never does it? I mean, when you're trying to work towards, we all want a new party, but there's lots of different factions want it to be their way. Well, there's already lots of small parties that haven't managed to succeed doing it their way. We need something where we all come together and find where we've got the common ground to beat the right wing that are, getting stronger in this country.
And what about the Greens? I mean, people are saying that this party might not be necessary because of the Greens, or that this party could collaborate with the Greens. What do you see about the Greens that you might not want to join? Why would you not join the Greens?
I was a member of the Ecology Party before it was the Greens. I left at the end of the 80s. I do think Zach Polanski is a breath of fresh air, and I think he's very good at talking to the media. I think he's good at getting his messages across, but it's not quite the message that I want to see. And I would like to see some kind of electoral pact this party that's formed with him, so we're not competing against them, because I'd rather have I think in some parts of the country a Green would win rather than a whatever this party ends up being called, and in some parts of the country we would win some constituency, and I would like to see an electoral pact, and eventually I would like to see proportional representation, because I think governments are always better when they're a grand coalition. Coalitions don't work in our country traditionally because it's a first past the post, and there's always somebody has had to be dragged in to make up the numbers, whereas in different countries abroad you have to have more discussion, you have to reach a consensus decision. It's not, we've got one vote more than you, so this is going through and half the people are unhappy. You talk about it, you reach a decision that everybody can say, okay, I can get on board with that.
And also, if you had PR, then the more chance of more MPs than the first past the post, where it's harder to get a number of MPs. Sue, from Sheffield.
From Sheffield.
So what do you think about the Greens? I'm quite interested in that issue there, the Greens, because they seem to be growing in popularity in the polls anyway. Do you see that as a problem for this party in some way?
No, I don't. I think there's affiliation, there's deals that can be done. Mr Corbyn's already said he could work with Zach. I don't think it's necessarily a problem. I'm really excited to be here and to have respectful discussion about all the big issues that we need to resolve as a party. I'm a Unison branch secretary, so I come to quite a lot of conferences, and I have to say trade union conferences are really quite boring because everybody agrees. This conference is going to be quite different, so I'm quite excited about this, more so than most conferences I attend, because I think and I hope there's going to be lots of respectful debate, discussion, and there's a few things that I've not quite made my mind up on yet that I'm going to make my mind up on as a result of this.
You've got to tell me what these things are. What sort of things are you talking about that you haven't made your mind up on?
So allowing people to be members of more than one party. I'm currently erring towards the side of not, but then I do know that our Socialist Worker colleagues, our Socialist Party, Communist colleagues are the activists of the world. You know, they're the people that get out on the streets, knock on doors, and in elections are really important and a really valuable source of getting your party elected. And ultimately, that's what we're here for, isn't it? We don't just want another party. We want a party that is electable and can change things. And so, yeah, very exciting.
I mean, in Sheffield, there is a sort of move that to go against what this national party's been doing. You've had your own regional assembly, I think, where you voted your own stuff through. Is that right? So you're coming from that area where all those parties are included. So it's a different scenario to a lot of areas, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I, in between the Labour Party, when everybody left because of what happened to Jeremy, I was a member of the Socialist Party for a while, and that was the best place for me at the time. My decision now, I've left the Socialist Party and I've become a Your Party member, and I'd say, nobody has dual membership. I don't think there are any great arguments for having dual membership, but I'm open to persuasion.
What's the other? You said there were some other ones. Is it the name of the party? Is that one you're not sure about?
Yeah, I'm not keen on the four choices that they've come up with. But
what was your favourite if it wasn't those four?
Well, I think it needs to be something that is. It needs to be one word. I think it needs to be, unity, or you said together, didn't you? Something like that. I'm not keen on for the many, for the money, whatever it's going to be. I'm guessing Your Party, Our Party is probably going to be my vote.
I think it'd be strange if it's Our Party after it's been Your Party, wouldn't it? I can't really see that one.
Absolutely.
Everyone who keeps saying Your Party, no, I mean Our Party. It'd be, thank you for all that. And can you tell us where you're from and your name?
Yes, I'm Tahira and I live in Wigan.
In Wigan, right. And
someone has to.
Oh no, I mean,
No, it is nice.
it's not a very good intro, is it? But for Wigan. So what do you think about what people have said about the possibility of this being like a bungee jump?
I'm reserving judgment. This is my first party political conference since the first party that I've joined. So I'm coming with an open mind, eyes open, wanting to hear what people have to say. And then, as a few people already mentioned, there are some decisions to be made. So I'm hoping that we can have some robust debate, discussion, but then we can, when a decision is made, come together in consensus and just support, because we've already got a hard enough job to turn the tide in this country. We will not be able to achieve it if we are still infighting or having fights of ego, that sort of thing. We need to all come together to make something happen.
Have you been to meetings in Wigan? Are there like local meetings? Have you been to any of those?
There was a local meeting. I wasn't able to attend that one. It was a bit short notice when I found out. But I'm looking forward to getting involved in the ones that I think they will happen on a monthly basis.
All right, but I'm not sure when is that. It's the new year, isn't it? They're planning to start those branches. But so what do you think about the name?
Probably wouldn't have been my first choice for a name, any of the four options there. But I think that the name Your Party's been out in the media, and the ethos is, we've got to get behind whatever the choice is. And if there is a name that's already really well known, probably going for an option that's like quite different would be a bit alienating, and people would then get a bit confused about what the party actually stands for. So we have the four choices. I think it will probably end up staying as Your Party because there's familiarity in it.
And they've also registered the name. It might be easier that way too. So can you tell us where you're from, your name?
I'm Arshad Ali and I'm from Bradford.
Bradford.
The birthplace of the Independent Labour Party.
Right.
The centre of the universe for activism, so we're here.
So what do you think about this birthplace of a new party?
Well, birthing can be difficult. I've got 6 kids, so I've seen that.
Oh, what?
You never gave birth to them.
I never did, but I witnessed a few and I played a small part in some.
You didn't give birth? Oh,
No. But they say out of small acorns grow great oaks, all right? So I've seen this before. I left the Labour Party back in 2005 after the Iraq War. I just didn't agree there were weapons of mass destruction and all that. We all saw the manipulation that was going on under New Labour, right? So I left Labour Party, never been a member, and I had a lifelong ambition, or a mission rather, to defeat Labour wherever we can, right? So in 2005 I helped to set up another little party, a little birthing, called the Respect Party in Bradford, and we actually defeated the Labour candidate at the time after 47 years of nobody ever touching Labour Party. So it can be done. Right, and this is our second opportunity now to make a big difference and hit Labour where it really matters. And they are running scared right now. They are, because they know their days are numbered. They know that they've been complicit in the genocide in Palestine. They know they've been complicit in working against the working class people in this country. They know they've been complicit in egging on Farage and Reform, right? They're not standing up to them. Well, we're going to be that party that's going to do that under Jeremy Corbyn, hopefully, and Zara Sultana's leadership there. Yeah.
And what's the situation in Bradford? Have you had meetings there that you've set any up yourself?
Yeah, we set up very early on, as soon as we're a centre of activism, as we said, so when something like this is happening, we get together, right? Big group of people, hundreds of people at our first meeting in Bradford, right? We got together, and we're after this conference, hopefully, we're forming a branch and getting more organised. Yeah, so there's that ahead of us, and we're really excited about that. Yeah, well, not many people from Bradford were able to come to this conference. Obviously, it was a sortition, but those that are here with 100% passion.
Right. Yeah. And do you want to introduce yourself? You've been through a bit of a political journey, haven't you?
You haven't done my history, have you? No. Harry Booter, Bradford. And what?
Can you tell us what brought you to Your Party?
Apart from me.
Chris, Your Party is an opportunity. It is a real opportunity to do something, to change Britain. But my fear is the big E, the big establishment. Like what it did with Jeremy in 2017. It's going to rally. It's going to get its dogs out and to try and destroy what's happening here. And that's my big fear, that they'll infiltrate, they'll try and disrupt. This is a fantastic weekend for us to make a solid foundation for your party. And I hope the name will remain your party as well, because the choices that's put out are not very savoury at all. And they're not. You need to have a political name that has a bounce, you know, has a power behind it. And what they put forward is like a fizz, you know. There's nothing there. So this weekend, it's. I hope it'll be a make, and I don't even want to think of the word break. But my fear is the establishment, what it's going to do, try to protect itself, especially with Jeremy at the head still.
Do you think there's been any sabotage deliberately, that there's been deliberate sabotage already within, or do you think it's just a terrible kind of ego battle within it? Because it's difficult for me not to think it's a sabotage already when all these stories are coming out of infighting.
You know, the right-wing press, as you know, will do its best to sow the seeds of disruption. And so there is sabotage going on, but there's also the positioning of the internal people inside who wants their positions solidified within the party. So they're doing all they can to establish that, rather than letting the democratic process take its course and let the people decide. They've already decided, certain people have already decided what they should be doing. So that's not the party that we want. And hopefully here there'll be strong enough voices to put them to bay and let the democratic process take its course.
Okay, well, thank you all for. A lot of people have gone now; they're so keen to get in. Thank you all for talking about what you expect. I'm interested to hear what you've got to say at the end, or lunchtime if you're up for it. So we'll keep doing these live streams in between the sessions inside, so that people can get an idea of what people are saying outside the whatever's screened on the live stream. I'm not sure. What's the time now? Do you know?
The time is 20 past.
Right. I think we'll probably leave it. We'll leave this live stream now. I'm going to go into the hall and watch what's happening and report on it at lunchtime. I think the lunchtime starts at 1 p.m, so we'll try and get out for this live stream about 20 past to 1:30. Maybe inside the hall. So yeah, please, I hope you enjoy the live stream of your party. You have to go to their YouTube channel to watch it, and then maybe come back to this YouTube channel at 1:20 or 1:30 for an update from people who are in the hall. So see you later. And this is a Mersey for you as we go off to the conference. Ferry cross the Mersey.